So let's spend a few moments doing a bit of a biology 101 around the nervous system and how it affects us during stress. So when we think about the nervous system, most of us are aware of something called the somatic nervous system. And this is the nervous system that innervates our muscles and allows us to feel and sense our environment, allows us to taste. For example, if I decide I want to make a smoothie, my brain tells my body and the nerves activate my muscles and I can walk and make the smoothie, and then I can taste it with my senses and enjoy it. Now, turns out there's a whole other nervous system that many of us aren't taught about, but as healthcare professionals, we know that as the autonomic nervous system. And the autonomic nervous system is really what creates life. It's what sustains us. It's what creates homeostasis. It's what filters our kidneys and pumps our heart and allows us to breathe. And so this really important autonomic nervous system is what allows me to take in that smoothie and absorb it. Now, we used to think that this was completely under unconscious control. We had no influence over it. But what's really important is that in stress, this autonomic nervous system really is the main governor of the stress response. So it makes sense that if we can start to become consciously aware of the autonomic nervous system, we can start to influence our stress. And luckily, research shows that that is now entirely possible. And the first really vital step to that is simply by becoming aware of it, by befriending our biology.
And in order to befriend our biology, we also have to kind of take a step back from how we may have thought about stress or relaxation in the past. When we talk about stress, typically we think of it as bad and relaxation as good. And what that does is it creates very binary thinking. We vilify stress, that if we're in stress, it's actually quite bad. And of course, chronic stress for years upon end, right, can really lead to some debilitation. And yet, in the moment, being very focused on what we need to attend to can have its benefits. So if we really think about both of these states as necessary to life, to the fluidity, the challenges that we may face, then the key becomes not vilifying one or the other, but embracing both of them and knowing when and how to shift from one into the other.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, a great analogy for that, this autonomic nervous system, is those two branches. We've got stress response and we've got the relaxation response. So these were muscles on my arm. And so in health, in autonomic nervous systems working well, we're using both of them. Just like I'm working out, I want to work both muscles. The challenge is that for most of us, if this is my stress muscle, many of us are overworking the stress muscle and underworking the relaxation muscle, our ability to relax. And so as many of you'll know, if you've ever worked out, if you overwork a muscle, keep going, keep gritting through, over time actually fatigues. And so if that happens, you lose all your energy, and so maybe you need to now replenish and rest, but this muscle hasn't been strengthened either, and so you've got no strength to call upon, and it's a real imbalance, and this is what creates disorder in our system. So it's a great place to start to become aware of. And in the next video, we're going to delve into this a bit deeper to really understand these two physiological states that we live in, governed by the autonomic nervous system.
Let's go there now.